It's mid-March, and strong easterly winds have started drying the land, so that although it still feels distinctly Arctic, spring cultivations are beginning. Jonathan is springtining using the Fendt Favorit 614 LSA and a 6-metre wide Väderstad NZ Favorit. Wider rear wheels have been fitted, with 800mm wide Michelin XM27 tyres, and almost half a tonne of front weights were removed for this top work. Although it's hard and dry on top, it's still quite wet underneath, so the spring tines are just knocking the top off the furrows and opening up the land to let it dry. Jonathan is working at an angle across the ploughed land and carrying some soil with the front levelling board. Combined with a good forward speed, it's making the Fendt work hard, and with its MWM engine running flat out, the exhaust note is almost a roar.
So we're here pulling this bit of ground down. Dave ploughed this around Christmas time with the D6, his first bit of ploughing. He managed to get done with that. Obviously, such a wet back end, this has dried out after that so badly. We've had, it's just been odd, you know, we've had wet, 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 and now it's just gone tremendously windy. The days are longer, so it's drying. It's just really cobbly on top, so it's got like this concrete sort of like driving on marble, so it's pulling it pretty well, considering it's pulling it well. So we're just knocking the top off, just trying to get a bit of air into it, then it's going to be power harrowed nice and level. This was grass, so it's come out of grass, it's going back into grass, just giving it a freshen up. So hopefully get all this squared up and drilled up by the end of the week is the plan. Fingers crossed if the weather stays and behaves itself. So we're working just as far as I can pull it really, so I think we're in low 4. Obviously I haven't got a power shift, so I'm just in a gear. It's making it work, it's definitely making it work. It's doing a good job. It's pulling it really quite well. It's running at around 9 to 10 kilometers an hour, which is where I'd expect it to be anyway. So there's a little switch on the floor, so when it really starts to struggle, you can knock the switch and it just knocks the torque converter out of lockup, and it kind of gives you a park gear. It will do that itself when it really struggles, but you can just override it just to give it a little bit more. But no, she's pulling it remarkably well really. How wet it is, or how wet it has been, and sort of like it's wet underneath and dry on top. Yeah, going really well, really pleased with it. Just a bit noisy. She's not that refined on the noise sort of front.
With the field finished, the spring tines are folded, ready to return to the farm.